Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
As with Goku's training now with Whis and further preparing himself to battle against the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse had now concluded, the time has now finally arrived for Goku to test his skills against some of the strongest warriors currently in existence. As the countdown now begins with Goku only having less than an hour remaining, the million-dollar question now moving forward is, will in fact Goku now be ready mentally and physically in competing against some of the strongest in the multiverse, or will he ultimately fail by coming up short in proving to be unsuccessful in beating any of the 5 strongest? Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball related, including its manga, anime, video games, fan animations, fan mangas, and more, in which would also like to be kept up to date with everything in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga, the Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball video games, and any and all additional content within the Dragon Ball universe, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to always be notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply excited to see what the future holds for the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and now let's dive straight into the video. As our story continues with Whis now having to acknowledge the fact that today is the day in which Goku is about to fight the 5 strongest in the multiverse, to which with Whis now being shown having to observe Goku meditating, it was only upon him having to do so where Whis went on to say to himself, well now, it would appear as though the year is finally up and Goku's call to action against the 5 strongest is but a few moments away. And I have watched you rise and fall countless times throughout this journey of yours, Whis continues, and to watch you grow and evolve over time was eye-opening to say the least. For a mortal to endure so much and to not break under such extreme conditions is one to be revered. Though I do hope that for your sake you are 100% ready for what you have coming, he says. And what's even more is that you weren't the only mortal who continued to grow within this short time. And I felt a great awakening also take place with Vegeta too. And while under Lord Beerus's guidance, he too was able to reach new heights with his power, Whis says, which is even more impressive since he is now far above any of the other 11 gods of destruction. But now, it's time to see if you truly have what it takes to stand among the strongest in the entire multiverse. And to battle against the very best, I have watched you grow so strong, in fact, that you were even able to successfully strike me several times, actually. And that is something no other mortal can say they were able to do. You've improved in every area, though I fear 1 year may not have been enough, only time will now tell, Whis continues. And I hope you keep in mind the things that I have told you along with every strategy that I had gone over with you, Goku. You will need it, but luckily for you, there are at least options that you can explore while facing the 5 strongest, though I highly doubt killing either of them will be one of those options considering how you still aren't strong enough yet to do so, and at least we still have have the other options, and through these conventional methods, could you only find yourself winning by the very end. And for your sake, I hope you don't have to use all 3 perks too early, because if you do, then you will be left with nothing by your side when you really start to need it. You are without a doubt outside of Vegeta as being a strong contender after discovering this new power he now harbors, the strongest mortal not just within this universe, but I would even go as far as to say all of them. At least when you're at the peak of your Ultra Instinct power, that is. Nothing you will encounter will be easy to deal with, but I can only hope that you remain focused and determined the entire way through, Whis continues. My only regret is not seeing you combine your inner power by merging Ultra Instinct with your Saiyan nature, but even so, maybe this will be the exact wake-up call that you need. Even if you somehow manage to beat the 4 who stand in your way, I'm afraid the 5th and most challenging obstacle will be one mountain that you simply cannot possibly climb over. For that is the truth behind how powerful the Grand Minister truly is. I am rather curious to also know where Vegeta ranks next to you, so maybe if and only if you are either spared or win, we can maybe find out, he continues. The 2 of you did part ways in walking down 2 different roads to power after all, but I can still sense that great power which slumbers within you. Even now as you prepare, it waits for you to finally awaken it. No matter what happens, you made me proud to have been by your side throughout it all, Goku. I can feel it coursing through you, and I know that you can too. But we'll see what happens out there, unless of course you somehow end up going down during round number 1. In time, we will see. I trust that he will use everything he has learned as leverage against the 5, but only time and his skills will tell once he starts to fight, though I also want to believe that the 5 are also just as ready, though hopefully Goku will crack through his shell and awaken his sleeping power that he has deep within him in order to then see to it that he pushes himself through this, because if he doesn't, well then I'm afraid he won't last very long against them. You will need to fight using everything you are made of during each round if you hope to win, Goku, but I have faith that you will do it. As it was only then to Whis' surprise as his staff now began to ring, where Whis then went on to respond, "Oh dear, and so there it is. Well, the time has finally arrived for him to do this. And if you can hear me, Goku, it's finally time. Your hour has expired and we are to meet with the Grand Priest at this very moment," with Goku asking, "Already? Well, that was quick. Do you know where exactly we'll be going, or at least which universe we'll be fighting in?" Goku questions. Well, actually, Goku, similar to the Tournament of Power, we are going to be venturing out into the world of Void for this fight of yours, Whis says. And I hope you were able to collect yourself during your brief meditative state, so it's best if we don't keep them waiting. So are you ready? With Goku responding, "Sure, I'm ready, Whis. I can't say that I'm not a little nervous about this, but it's the moment that I've been training for, so I can't let my emotions get the better of me. I'm calm yet extremely fired up, so I trust myself that I will be able to do this no matter how," with Whis responding, "Right, then grab on and hold on to your pants, because I'm going to try and get us there as quickly as I can, so that way you aren't penalized for being a little late." So here we go, as with Whis now being shown having to finally leave Earth with Goku, as we then make our way back into the Null Realm, we only from there upon Goku and Whis' arrival see how the top 5 strongest warriors were now speaking, as Yoshida went on to comment, "And I wonder if any of you other than me is also curious on if the mortal has gotten strong enough now to rival us in a fight or not." Assuming that the Saiyan even prepared for this day, with Akuma responding, "Why would we even care if he did or not? The Saiyan isn't going to make it past the first round anyway, so this ought to be quick. And I watched him train after meeting us," Budo went on to add, "so it's in their nature that creatures like him would train, but it doesn't matter either way." With Takira having to chime in, "The 3 of you are gravely underestimating this mortal, and so I wouldn't be too cocky," with the Grand Priest chiming in, "Nah, yes, well it looks like they have finally arrived. Perfect timing." To which upon the 2 now being shown having to finally arrive was when Whis went on to then tell Goku, "Oh, there we are now. I almost forgot about where this place was for a moment, but nevertheless, welcome back into the world of Void, Goku." "Oh wow," Goku says, "it still feels the same as I remembered it being all those years ago when the Omni Kings held the Tournament of Power. It's kind of crazy to think that all of those universes, including ours, were hanging in the balance while we all fought in a place like this, huh?" With the Grand Priest chiming in, "It's been a long long time, hasn't it? I'm happy to see you once again, Whis. And I take it that you did all that you could to help the Saiyan improved for this very day? Well, greetings, Son Goku. It's so nice to see you again. Welcome back to the world of Void, with Goku responding, hey there, Grand Minister. It sure did feel like a very long time since we last saw each other. Yes, the multiverse's mightiest are here with me, and so they wait for you, Goku. And I hope you have done all that you could and are ready. Whis, please have your last word with the mortal and return to me here whenever you are done addressing Goku with whatever it is you wish to speak with him about, he says. And once you do, we will then begin. Your lifelines will also be activated when your battle begins, and so I do hope that you plan to use them in case of any dire situation that you may find yourself be placed in. Goku, listen to me and listen well, Whis went on to chime in. If you somehow drop the ball early on during this, you will lose, and there won't be anything that you will be able to do to bounce back from such losses. This has been everything that you have been training for, and so I want you to take caution and use everything I've taught you against them, including the methods of how to win if you can't overpower them in battle. Do you understand? Yes, I do, Goku says, with Whis continuing, I know you have what it takes, but it's not up to me. It will be up to you, he says. Your ultimate power lies here. If you find yourself in a situation where you begin to doubt your strength to win, Whis says, just remember what you are fighting for, and if you find yourself in a position where you have nothing left to give, dig down deep and try to merge the greater sums of your two powers in unlocking the next level. There will be no second chances. Good luck, Goku. To which, as Whis was now shown having to teleport away, that was when Goku went on to add, it's all or nothing, and so it's now or never. I can do this. Alright, well, it looks like I'm ready to do this, Grand Minister. So whenever you are ready, you can select who I will be fighting against, and I'll make sure to give it all I have against them. So I'm ready whenever you guys are, with the Grand Priest responding, excellent. So let's not keep our guest waiting then, he says. As we've discussed, you will be the first to fight Son Goku, Budo. As Budo went on to stand up from his throne and responding, then his fate has already been sealed. I'm going to take my time with this one, only because it wouldn't be any fun to simply crush the little worm in the first few seconds of our battle. The rest of you will just simply watch, and do not attempt to tag yourselves to swap out and fight him either. This one is mine, with Yoshido chiming in, oh, and where's the fun in having you hog everything, Budo? This battle is on you, so if the little Saiyan ends up giving you a bit of trouble, then don't bother tagging us in anyway. It's been a while, hasn't it? Goku went on to address Budo with. I should have known that you'd be the first guy I'd fight, and so I still haven't forgotten about our previous encounter when you showed up from out of nowhere to talk to me, Goku says. I spent months preparing for this very day, and so unlike before, I don't feel like this fight is going to be as easy for you as you may think it's going to be, Budo. As Budo went on to respond, you talk as though you are stronger than me, and you and I both know that this couldn't be any bigger of a lie, Saiyan. I don't see what's so different about you now compared to when I saw you before. Your spirit seems to be more aligned, but I don't sense any great change in your power, he continues. So quit wasting our time and jump straight into your strongest form. I want to get this over with, he says. To where as Goku was now being shown doing so, that was when Yoshido went on to add, oh look, Budo must have talked him into using that form of his again. How ironic of him, with Akuma chiming in, well, unlike before, there appears to be a shift with that Saiyan's power since we last saw him. Very interesting, Budo comments, as Yoshido went on to continue, well, what do you know? Would you look at that? Do any of you feel that too? It looks like the little Saiyan's actually gotten a little stronger after all, huh? To where as we then see Goku ignite the power of Mastered Ultra Instinct, it was only upon him having to be shown doing so where Goku went on to add, there, was this the form that you were talking about seeing again? This, Budo, is my all. So it looks like you did in fact find a way to get a little stronger since the last time I saw you after all, Budo says. I see. So maybe now it looks like you'll be able to last a little longer in here against me, but I am still very much stronger than this, and you're about to find out in a matter of a few seconds. And I want you to know before we begin that not only am I going to embarrass you despite training so very hard to get a little stronger, but I'm going going to make you suffer in the process of this battle. You have no idea what I've done to look into your history, Saiyan, and you're about to find out the hard way. To which, upon being shown having to glance on down and observing Goku very carefully, that's when Taquito went on to say to himself, the ways to discover the limits of the possible is for one to go beyond them into entering the realm of the impossible for it to be true. Now I see, as the Grand Priest went on to ask, exciting, isn't it, Whis? I am very curious on how this will go, and so are you ready to see what the outcome of this mortal's future will be like? With Whis responding, very much so, I am ready when you are, as the Grand Priest went on to shout, now then, fighters, on my mark, position yourselves and prepare for battle on my signal. Good luck to you both, and so now, ready and wait on my go. In which right then and there, in the meantime, when then going back to both Frieza and Cooler, it would seem as though the two brothers are now finally looking to make their move upon having to board Frieza's ship, as Cooler went on to comment, at long last, our time has finally arrived. Death will be the only journey those Saiyans have waiting for them. We will only have one shot to pull this off in succession, so don't botch this up, Frieza. I didn't spend all this time plotting and training with you to fail, Cooler says. So are you ready then? With Frieza responding, well, if anyone I would assume should go and botch things up for us, I would only guess for it to be you, Cooler, but don't worry, brother. Those god monkeys and their tribe of insects on Earth won't even know what hit them by the time we arrive. Though the others will only serve as warm-ups for you and I, Goku and Vegeta are the ones we'll be hunting. Then let's hope we don't need to resort to those earrings and keep them tightly packed unless something were to go wrong, Cooler says. Which of course I doubt, since they'll already be dead by the time they try and pull anything, as Frieza responds, indeed. Let's have a little fun when we arrive before the bloodbath begins, so try not to kill those worms off so quickly, and let's just make them suffer for a while. My lords, one of the henchmen went on to butt in, but what about all of the soldiers who are waiting on your command, sires? Surely you both don't intend to go out there alone without leading the army, do you? Of course we do, Frieza chimes in. Why run the risk of losing dozens of useful puppets when all that's needed to clean this universe up are the two of us? We won't take long, but do make sure to keep the landing pad here clear for when we return, Frieza continues. Things are most certainly about to get very messy once we arrive, and so do make sure to keep this place clean while we're away. Hurry it up, Frieza. Save the talking for once we return, Cooler mutters. I can't wait to see the look on those Saiyans' faces once they come to realize the danger they've been placed in. I'm going to enjoy taking my time into tearing those fools apart, with Frieza chiming in, and it won't just stop with Earth, oh no, then that ridiculous god of destruction Beerus is next on my list. And soon after, the entire multiverse will bend to our very will as the new and permanent rulers of all life across the entire cosmos, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 28 special then comes to a close. Now, this is it, the culmination of everyone's training, the path that everyone was walking down in leading them to this very moment in time is all about to unravel and take place, as with both Cooler and Frieza now looking to make their way towards Earth, Goku's ultimate test and greatest fight is just about to begin against the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse, beginning with Budo, to which I want to go on ahead and give you guys a small little update about the next manga chapter, to where if you want to be the first to find out and see what happens in this upcoming manga chapter, then I will be posting everything on my Patreon first, because what I plan on doing is taking a few days off just to get some rest, only because lately I really haven't been sleeping that much, only because I've been putting all of these together for you all. So the only thing I really ask from you guys is to be patient with me, because now that everything is about to take place and begin, I'm fairly certain that you guys are really going to enjoy all of the twists and turns that we have coming up next. So in case you aren't a member of our Patreon, then do consider joining and becoming a member. Patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming. The link to that will be located down in the description box and pinned comment section below, to which not only am I going to be posting everything on there for you all to see first, but this also gives me a little bit of time just to catch up on some sleep before we really start getting into all of the action here. So by the end of it, Vegeta is training with Beerus, Goku is about to fight the 5, and Frieza and Cooler are now making their way towards Earth. You can only just imagine as to what is about to happen next. So again, if you're ready for it, then I do encourage you all to give this video a big fat thumbs up right now by smashing that like button. If you also just so happen to be new, then do consider smashing that subscribe button on top of turning on all notifications. That way you guys can be alerted in finding out whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel. Once again, thank you all so much for your time and your support. So we're finally now at long last, we're about to find out exactly what's about to happen involving said parties and their motives. So I hope you guys are ready, because tons of awesome things are going to be dropping very, very soon. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so very much for your time. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.